We've seen ourselves as kind of keepers of the land.
And that's how our people made their living, through hunting or berry picking or using medicinal plants, because they knew where those were.
We used to be in the bush all summer long. We'd be gathering the herbs and picking berries for the winter.
My husband used to trap and things like that. We lived off the land.
Our parents teach us right in the bush how to make a moose hide, how you make a dry meat and all that stuff. What animal you can eat, what animal you can't eat.
When somebody killed a moose, like every family got some. Even a little piece, just as long as you have a meal with your family. People would just drop it off to everybody.
We'd be kind of moving from camp to camp and, seeing if we'd follow the berries or the game or whatever, right? To keep survival.
I can tell you stories about my son that when he was 2 years old, we go hunting and he'd just pick up my moose horn and start calling, and I said, oh, amazed, right? You can make any kind of snare you want with this. You can use it for marten, you can use it fisher, rabbits, squirrels, you name it. See the difference? This, you can catch a wolf and everything else. So is this one.
We evolve to our environment and to our surroundings. One elder told me, this land, sure, we call it our traditional land, and yes, it is our traditional land, but we share it. We share it with other people, we share it with the animals, and we have to keep it for our children.
You guys want to find some rabbits? Yeah. Want to set those snares?
Woodland Cree Reserve, there's 3 reserves, and they're situated about 85 kilometers northeast of Peace River.
The Woodland Cree First Nation is made up of the Cree people of Cadott Lake, Simon Lake, and Martin Lake. The future is uncertain for our community. Our reserve land and traditional territory sit directly on top of vast and mostly untapped oil and gas reserves. This is both a fortunate and difficult circumstance for our community.
In 1966 or 67, we had a community called Martin River. That's where we used to live. And in 67, they moved us to Cadott, because that's when the oil companies start to move in. Every after school, we used to go there and watch these people work, and that's the first time we seen a drilling rig like that to the community. But them days, we didn't know what was happening. We don't have no rights then.
Since that very first pump jack, our hunting grounds, berry patches and trap lines have been transformed into roads, pads, and pipes.
They call this area out here Little McMurray.
Because we're literally floating on oil.
On the reserve, we're surrounded by a lot of activity in the oil companies.
Where do these companies work? They work in my traditional land.
What's going to happen when the oil boom slows down? Is my land going to be pillaged? Is my water going to be poisoned?
where that route was picked today was a relatively clean area. It felt safe enough to pick that route there, but there have been instances where we feel like hesitant at picking the routes because we don't know if like the soil under is contaminated or not from the activity in the area.
This is muskeg where long time ago we drink water from. We used to make the holes. Then we would use handkerchiefs. Long time ago we had hankies, right? We'd use it to drain the water to make sure the water is good. But that water was the best. Now today, I'm very disappointed. I can't take my son and start saying, hey son, let's go and have a drink of water somewhere. Let's go to a muskeg.
But now, even if somebody kills a moose, sometimes the moose are sick, you don't know. You find things inside them and then you don't want to use that for your children or grandchildren. You think it's not safe. We don't know what that is.
Years ago, there used to be a lot of ducks in these lakes. Oh my God, now there's hardly any. Even there used to be a bunch of loons. They're not here anymore.
My mom is now 80 years old. We're in our 60s, and our kids are losing some of it, but we want them to make sure that they know what was there and try to spark that interest in keeping the culture.
Our community's history contains both joy and sorrow. Every day we live with the effects of having multiple generations of our children taught to be ashamed of who they are. We are determined to heal and to overcome a legacy of poverty, unemployment, and abuse. We are determined to build a bright future in the modern world while still maintaining our identity and protecting the gifts we have been given as Woodland Cree people.
I worry about my community. I worry about the people. You know what's going to happen next. I'm not being a chief just to prove what I can, what I can do on my own for my own. I'm here for my community and my people. I care for them.
Our community's values and traditional way of life are being challenged by the economic reality of today. We search and we struggle, trying to find balance between the benefits of development and our responsibility to protect the land and pass on our culture to future generations. The Woodland Cree First Nation already has a number of its band members working good jobs in the oil field. Some are buying equipment and starting their own businesses. Others have got training and are working at a high level in a variety of fields.
I've worked for Woodland Cree Industries Limited. We're a civil construction company for the Woodland Cree First Nation. We're the first ones in there. We hire contractors to go in and log the sites, prep them up for the dirt work, for the roads and the leases to follow. In the peak in the summer, we were up to about 60 people. And in the winter, we have went as high as over 200 people. So, I mean, it varies for the season, but it does keep a good number of guys busy.
This work I've probably been doing about 8 years. I started off with a packer and worked my way up onto the rock trucks. And then I got on a cat. In the wintertime, you do your 14 straight, and then you get 4 days off. Got 3 boys, 1 baby girl. It's kind of helping out my family as well.
As a community, employment is fundamental to our success in the future. These jobs provide financial stability for entire families and help build self-esteem, confidence, and a positive outlook for the future.
I mean, makes guys proud that they're bringing in their own money. And I mean, you see a lot of nice vehicles driving around the community, and I think the guys are proud of that. And you can make in pretty well 3/4 of a day what they make in a month for the social assistance program here. And guys are starting to realize that and feel proud and have quads and trucks. And so I think it brings a lot of pride to the people to show that, you know, they can do it.
Most of our band members grew up on the land. They care about it and bring that passion and knowledge into their careers.
My dad's a trapper, like hardcore. He's always out in the bush, so I love being out in the bush.
We got northern bed straw here. I have a lot of friends out there working out in the oil field. I'm the only one with the green thumb, I guess. For tree species, all we got is aspen. I go out and do assessments before a lease is built. Like bear dens, squirrel dens, like meat racks, old grave sites, berry patches, animal trails.
I know in my knowledge, if I do it, I'm gonna do it right for the community, not just to get paid and get it over and done with and go.
My choice is I love to work in my backyard, so this is what I love to do.
There's been more community members like myself getting involved in more businesses. There was an opportunity for a convenience store, gas station in the community. So I seen that opportunity. We built a store, and that led to more opportunities. I have a few trucks in the oil field on the drilling rigs.
There is a lot of opportunity, a lot of different things you can be or start, or it's just all up to you, I guess.
We have to take advantage of the opportunity that's going around right now. But also in saying that, I do know that that oil, once it's gone, it is gone forever. And then what is left after that? We do have to balance the moment, but also plan for the future.
I think there has to be a balance there, definitely. Last night, went out to the field to go and service an excavator, and full moon was out, and thought, man, it's a nice time to maybe call in a moose. Well, we drove a little bit, stopped, gave a couple bellows, couldn't hear anything. All you heard was pump jacks and compressor stations. Drove up the road a little further, same thing. Yeah, it's good to keep everybody working and getting all the cash and the money and all that good stuff, but again, there's no price on when you can call in your moose, and I mean, there definitely has to be a balance there.
From the kitchen table to council's chambers, there are many ideas about how we can partner with industry to improve our community.
Like, we got to develop it in a way that we are helping our elders, helping our children, and helping and preparing for the unborn.
To help the communities create jobs, education, recreation, whatever we need in our communities. That's what we want from them.
We need an elders lodge. We need, skating rink for our kids.
And I go play hockey too again.
Kami tennistigo, tawa magogitsi isa gusto, tawa pachikito. So we kitaskina or traditional land iko giano we mustahi we tahamgan. So go some po takwe mamo kamatuya. Omona hippi wa kito ano ya. Takui si chagate to piahte takui si chagate to. Tise chagate kuya ho piahte. Kisnu istota makigwe. Tawista maguya ho gigwe we istota ho. We want to work with the companies, no matter who it is, but they need to, we need to negotiate with them, and they need to know the consultation between them and us together. So we need to know what's going on.
we're still trying to, educate the companies around us that we do have protocols. And right now, I'm not sure if we have that respect. And so if you don't have the respect, how can you build relationships and trust, right?
If there is respect with them, we're willing to talk to them and sit down with them. Let's see what we can do, them and us here.
We can't do it overnight. We can't do it in one day. It takes time for everything. But we're patient.
I wish the kids would somehow keep the bush lifestyle, be still keepers of the land, that this is our territory. You know what I mean? Like as in the treaty, right? We're promised that we can keep our livelihood of hunting, fishing, and gathering. I'd like to see that stay. Because without, for us to be just corralled in our little reserves, that's not life. That's not us.